to do is I wanted to go over different types of angle relationships. And so what I've done is I've marked this diagram with multiple different types of things. And so the first thing to notice is that the two purple lines are parallel. However, we don't know anything about these three lines here except the fact that they intersect the two parallel lines. And so what we want to do is we want to name the relationship. And once we've named the relationship, we want to be able to decide, are the angles congruent? Are they supplementary? Or is it impossible to know? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about each set and we'll discuss exactly what that angle relationship is. The first one we have is the blue dot. And I know it's not the best way to represent these things, but this is what we have available. So these two blue dots, they are in between this green line and this black one, and they're on the same side as this purple line. So they are same side interior angles. I'm going to be doing a lot of abbreviating just to make this short, so you don't have to wait for me to continue with these. And then when we look at these, we know that these angles are supplementary when the two lines that they're between are parallel. However, these two are, we don't know that they're parallel, so we cannot make any conclusion at all about their relationship. So we would say that in this case, because they're not between parallel lines, it would be impossible to tell. Now, the next angle relationship we're going to look at is the one with the smiley face. And I've got a smiley face here and a smiley face here. Now, neither of those two are between the purple lines, so they're exterior angles, and one's on the left side, one's on the right side. So that makes them alternate interior angles. And, sorry, they're not interior, they're exterior angles, alternate exterior angles. And because they are created by the green line and the two parallel lines, we know they have a relationship and that they are, in fact, congruent when the lines are parallel. Now, our next relationship we're going to look at is the red angles, the red dots. That's these two right here. Now, these are not created by three lines like the previous two. These, I can make them into eyeballs. Sorry. These two are going to be together, they make a straight line. So I could call them a straight angle, or I could call them a linear pair. They're a pair of angles that make a line. I like linear pair best, but you would get it right no matter what. And then linear pairs are always supplementary. They always add up to 180. This next angle, the green dots, these two green dots, again, we only create these two angles with two lines, not three. So they're not going to be the alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, or same side interior angles. But they do have a name, and the name for this set is that they are vertical angles, because X marks the spot anytime we have two angles. Well, anytime you have an X, angles that are across from each other when you have an X are always vertical angles. And vertical angles are always congruent. Now, this next angle relationship is the orange dots. The orange dots are over here. Notice that they're created by this line and our parallel lines. They're also between the parallel lines, which means they're interior angles, and they're on different sides of this line. So these are the ones that are the alternate interior angles. And because these two lines are parallel, those angles have to be congruent. The next set is these little black asterisks. For the asterisk or star, or whatever you want to call that, first we have to find them. Now I see that we have one here, and we have one here. So they're created by three lines, this purple line, the green line, and this gray line. Notice how they're both below the purple line, and they're both to the left of each of these lines. So they're in the exact same position. When they're in the same position, they're in corresponding positions, which makes them corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are going to be congruent if the lines that create them are parallel. But the lines that create these two, they're both created by the purple, but they're created by the green and the gray, and none of those lines are parallel. So we cannot say what their relationship is. It's impossible to tell. And then our final angle relationship we're going to talk about are the hearts. And I think, yeah, the hearts, I don't really need to talk about the hearts, but you might test yourself on them. They're just like the orange dots. They are alternate interior angles, and they're also going to be congruent. So anyway, I thought I would share this with you, and let's see what other things we can talk about.